What's going on, man? What's happening, everybody? It's first. It's the first. We're in October, man. Getting ready for Halloween and all that stuff. If y'all celebrate that. So today, y'all. Today we're gonna be going. We're gonna be talking about some stuff that don't pertain to some. Um, some people they're not gonna care about this topic. We're talking about the crashing market for the watches. And I was listening to the news this morning, right? Let me just get this out the way real quick. Listen to the news this morning, and they were talking about Red Lobster filing bankruptcy. What else? What was it? What other business? Joanne Fabric is filing bankruptcy, or has filed bankruptcy. And it was one more that just laid some people off, man. Oh, CVS. CVS. Yo, what's going on, T. White and Victor Showcase? Yeah, CVS, man. They have, investors have come to a boil with them, man. And I think they're laying off some people and everything, man. It's crazy, right? Across the board, man. This is ugly across the board. But let's get into the watch talk. And then I'm going to take it off. But my watch of the day is at the Dassault 1938. One of the dopest watches I have in my collection for a major reason, right? Just the historical value of this watch that has really, I don't know, man. It just got it. I don't know, man. It's just the history of this watch, what was going on when this watch was originally made back in the Great Depression, all that good stuff, right? Man, like they're doing construction across the street. And as I said before, every little noise coming across this, man, is just magnified. So, it's crazy. Red Lobster is no longer in bankruptcy. Did they go out of business? They closed a bunch of them here. What's up, Showcase? Jay Jones. What do you think about wearing two watches on each arm? Is it weird? I don't consider it weird because I know there's people do it every day. People wear their analog piece and then people wear their smart tech. But then you have some that will wear, like Mark from Long Island. I mean, and for years, people thought like we were brothers or something like that because I was wearing two watches at one point. So they couldn't, like, if you had us both together, me and Mark, you couldn't tell the difference unless I put on my hat because he don't like to wear hats. But if I just, you know what I'm saying? Yep. No, I don't think it's weird, bro. I think it's just, some people like to express that. What was that? I read an article. Tom Ford said, man, I think this is during COVID or before COVID. I can't remember when I read the article, but Tom Ford had said once that his children used to wear two watches, and they considered Tom Ford to be the man of like fashion and stuff like that, so he would know a thing or two about what is good and acceptable in society. And he never liked seeing a man with two watches on his wrist. He said it was sort of he was childish. He's like, I remember my children did that. But it's just the way, I mean, if you decide to express yourself like that, you may try to get that wrist time in. There's a number of reasons why people do it. So, no, I don't consider that weird. I consider seeing somebody wear a lampshade down the street weird. Yeah, I've seen that. Where people, like this fashion, they got a hat, lampshade come down over their face like a veil, all the way around. That's weird. But again, that's the way they want to express themselves. But that's, yeah. General Schwarzkopf. It's out of, okay, all right. Garmin has a lot of health features. I also want to wear my other watch. Hey, bro, listen, here's the deal. So if you're asking me, is it weird to wear two watches because you want to wear, bro, even if it's two analog watches, do what you, like, who's going to check you? You know what I'm saying? Who's going to stop you from doing that? And even if somebody look at you like, man, you crazy. There's a love for watches, man, which I want to get into this real quick, man. Hey, I know you guys follow some people on YouTube. I don't know how many other channels you follow, but I had jumped into, I can't remember who told me about this guy, but it's a guy called Everyday Watch Guy. I'm going to refer you guys over to him. Never met him, never talked to him. I've watched a couple of his videos. He had some, man, great coverage on the Toronto Timepiece show. Great coverage. And I think he's like, so they, a lot, if you're not on Instagram, which some of you guys aren't, you'll miss out. That Toronto show was amazing. And I hate that I missed. I want to go to it. He has another one coming up in April. But let's talk about this for a second. You guys saw what Teddy literally talked about, the market crash and stuff like that. So I got some numbers here about that. Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. But before I get into the market crash, I was listening to NPR this morning. I don't know how many people get that in their home state. But they talked about the Rolex that was a GMT Master 2. Who was it? Mitchell. He walked on the moon for like 9 hours. Apollo 14 mission. And he wore a GMT Rolex. That is up for auction for, I think it's over $400,000. I think that's a great move right now. But we already know that the market's crashing. Teddy Bulbasaur mentioned that. But this is an advantage for the people that, if you care, this is an advantage for the people that, if you want to get a luxury watch now, you'll have a better shot at getting it, man, because, yeah, whoever's selling, they're going to take an L. Whoever bought those watches to invest, to get that investment money, you about to take an L, baby. Wore 2 watches, best GMT ever. So, hey, bro, look, there you go right there. Rob, we all wear 2 watches on the cruise. Yeah, what's up, Trap? Luciano, what's going on? Hey, Rob, do you still have the brightly white Super Ocean? My grill for sure. Sean John, what's happening? What's happening? Thank you for being here. Jerry, any Pizza Huts your way? Uh-oh, what's going on? That's a dying company. That's virtually impossible to find. I have a Pizza Hut by me. They closed a couple of, but like it's one literally, 2 miles from my house. So anybody have a question about, 2 watches? Man, I wear 2 watches. But let's get into it, man. So, man, so many different topics I want to talk about today. And I'm not going to, like, kill it with it, because I looked at a number of companies that's failing in 2024. A bunch of them. But let's stick to watches today. Let's just stick to watches. I was looking at, I went back over Teddy's video, right? And I seen that there were a number of people that talked about the crash. But I saw some elements that will apply to some of the brands that you may like. Let me see. Only one within a 50-mile radius. Good Lord. Yeah, I got one 2 miles from me. My Rolex people, if you want a Rolex, me and Kamon was talking about Rolex last night, and look, we were looking at it from this angle, and I said, here's the deal. I'm not against Rolex or any other luxury brand. I'm not in a place to buy one. Would I ever buy a Rolex Submariner? I wouldn't rule it out. But the way I collect, I can see myself getting a Tudor first, because I like I just like Tudor brand. Rolex is cool. I think because I've purchased so many different homages to the Submariner, I'm like, you know what, I'm cool. I don't need. But again, it's a superior watch, and would I recommend that to somebody that because it goes through so many different tests and the brand. And, it's like, it just depends on what you think is best. Because if you're buying it for, to get acknowledged or to have your status as a collector raised to the top, yeah. Because, shoot, T. White isn't here. He is an Invicta guy. But I bet you a lot of people don't know that he owns Rolex as well. He just don't care like that. He likes what he likes, There's a number of people, man. I've told this story countless times, where I'm sitting in Moya Jewelers, and there was a collector that was buying $8,000 to $10,000 watches, and he still had a decent. I think he had like 8 Invicta watches in his collection, And whatever that guy's name was that said he wore the gosh, what was it? The Gladiator. Teddy Bulbasaur had everybody when they were in Geneva, they was wearing this watch. So it's man, it's it comes down to what you like. I literally just saw Cartier before coming here. Where's your pink watch for today? Oh, it is Cancer Month. It sure is. I don't have it, bro. I'm this one. My bad, bro. You got your pink watch on for me, man. So let's do that. All right, so we're talking about plummeting watch prices, right, bro? Do you know I'm not watch companies that are plummeting? I looked at it today. I went on Google and just looked at it, man. So I got it right here. Bloomberg talked about some of the biggest drop-offs right now. Omega's dropped off in prices. And here's the crazy thing. The Olympics didn't help them at all. Their sales didn't increase. But this is I'm going to say it's good for me. I know some people that like to collect Omega. They be like, no, we don't want to see our company drop like this. That's cool and all. But I'm looking in the long term. People that wanted Omega, on that secondhand market, the prices may drop to where you can actually afford it. But I see some people selling their Omegas. T. White sent me, somebody was selling their Omegas. You could get a Seamaster, man, for about 2 stacks, under $2,000. One of his guys was selling his for, and I think it was a 2018. I think it was a 2018 version, and I think he wants like $1,800. If he probably already sold it, but because he sent me this a minute ago. You got my back today. Thank you. I appreciate it. Really appreciate it. He's doing it again. Hey man, hey Vic, I made a review, flame review, come out today around 3 o'clock. Oh, and then later today, I'm going up. I'm going to visit Trifecta today, this evening or this afternoon, after my son get out of school. He'll be out in about an hour. And one day, this kid's gonna have to get his own. That bus line is about to open up. He gonna be on that bus. And I'm like, hey, bro, that's your journey, college. Get your butt on that bus and get it done. That's how I feel about that. All right, so yeah, man, I was looking at so I'm looking at the sales, right? So there was one other company I got right here, Breitling took a nosedive. Vic, this may be good for you. Breitling is down 4.5% this year in sales. However, the Navitimer, as far as sales, is up 15%. So that watch right now is carrying Breitling. JLC Reverso is up 18%. Those are you guys that, that's going to mark that the price is staying where it is, and they can even ask for an increase, I guess. And then my beloved Panerai is up 16%. But I've seen some Panerai, the Luminor is right now is up 16%, and that's new. But I've seen some pre-owned. I saw Luminor for $3,400. I think, man, I looked at it. It looks amazing. I had to, got the touch and everything. Even though I want a radio mirror, depends on the price at the time when I'm ready to buy. So I'm gonna just say that, as long as I get my Panerai, that's all I'm saying. Most athletes wear Apple Watches or something more expensive than Omegas as jewelry when they're not working out. It kind of makes sense why the Olympic sponsorship did nothing. Nice. Love the flame reviews. What you buying? I ain't buying nothing, bro. I'm going up to just look at watches, man. I haven't been in an AD in about a week, and I'm jonesing, man. So I'm gonna get over there and just get it done. I just want to go check out something, bro. I'm not buying nothing, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah, construction site. You know what I'm saying? I actually had to wait to go live because I'm sitting next to grass and everything, and they was cutting the grass, so and I couldn't hear nothing. But see, that's just, you never know what you're gonna get on a live, man. And I'm in the same area where y'all remember last week where the guy threatened me or accused me of trying to take his wife. I'm in that same area right now. Many companies will need to reconstruct and rethink the future. Many micro brands already on the out too. Oh, Rob, so here's it. Okay, so let me talk about that real quick. Thank you for keeping me on topic, because on focus, because I got a lot. Here's the thing. I was just digging through. I dug through at least several channels that's talking about the market crash, right? But I focused mainly on Teddy's. And Teddy said, mentioned that there's companies that the cost of the materials are going up, so they transfer that over to people. Here's the biggest thing about that, and I think about that. I, as a consumer, don't care what your cost is. I know if I'm used to the price of something, right? So, for example, I talk about this watch right here today. It's just a quick little, I think it's like 6 or 7 minutes or something. It was a fun video to do. But harsh reality is this watch is $1,000, cost certified. And when you think about Tissot as a brand, if you just happen to dig into their history and see what they've accomplished and stuff like that, you may fall in love with the brand, you may not. But let's say if you are, $1,000 for a cost certified timepiece that, I mean, they don't have any lume on it, but outside of that, the watch is amazing. You may be on board with Tissot. The moment this watch goes to $1,500, you'll be like, wait a minute, why? That's what I would say. Why? I can't say, why is that? And if Tissot like, well, the cost of goods and stuff like that, I don't care what your cost is. I don't want to pay. Okay, so you want to go to $1,500? I'm going to go somewhere else. And I see that with micro brands, because there's some micro brands that are going up. Where would, I mean, Christopher Ward has a number of watches that you can get at different price points, but you still have consumers that want to stay. They want to stay as close to 500 as possible. I just had this conversation. Me and Kimon talked yesterday. I talked to another collector yesterday. Like, bro, we're not caring about none of that. And that was the gist of all the conversation I had. 4 conversations yesterday about the watch market, the pricing. And one of the comments was, where did these micro brands get off with no history whatsoever, and they're charging prices that you can go buy Longines for some of the prices that some of these micro brands are, and that's that. What's up, Bob? Hey, how was 70 holding you up, bro? Mr. 70-year-old man terrorizing the earth for 70 years, man. Wearing the Aragon Concept, great futuristic case. MOP. Was that Lee honking at you? No, I got the police over here too, so if Lee pop up, I got you. Nice, Bob, wearing Pink Reserve. It's adapt or die in the watch market right now. So I want to ask you guys this right now. For those that are in the market of buying, what companies are you looking at? What companies are you focusing on? Because I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just curious. I want to see what you guys say in the chat. What watches are you guys looking at right now? Because I'm going to go back to that Toronto timepiece show. That show looked like it was amazing. Man, that one for Jason, what he's done, and I wasn't even there, but just seeing what was this everyday watch guy, what he covered. There was Strapco CEO or founder was there. There was watch companies that, like, of course Oris was there. Oris was a late entry, and but Oris is almost like at every like wind-up event, I think. And I was really just blown away by how he captured. That's what I was waiting on, to see what it looked like. And he captured a great deal. And I was inspired to, like, try to make one of those future shows. So he has another one coming up in, what was it? I think he said April of next year. But I'm just curious right now as to, like, as far as I'm concerned, Next year when I buy, I'm not gonna buy as much as I did this year, man. I think I topped out. I have to count, but I think I topped out around 36 watches this year, 37, somewhere around there. Which I was actually on the down because last year, remember, I bought 56 watches last year. You know what I'm saying? Micro brands, major brands like Casio, my first Canopy last year, Nomadic. This year, I slowed down a bit. You know, I think I went heavy like the first 4 or 5 months. I went heavy with grabbing stuff from Aragon. Just wanted to just experience some of the watches that I missed out on last year. History is overrated. It matters to an extent, but doesn't make up for lazy designs or unwarranted price increase for the same exact product. Trap, not too many companies make pink watches. Tudor does. Trap, how am I doing at 70? I'll just say it depends. Depends. You crazy, bro. I have 3 pink Aragons. Yeah, it's that extreme. And you know what? Let me see. I'm pretty sure there's some micro brands that's done pink. I just can't call them off top outside of Aragon. I'm trying to think who else would do it outside of like if Dad Moz did. I think Dad Moz did a pink watch, but he modified it. Somebody in the chat help me. Is there any other pink watches out there? Pink dial watches? And then the other criteria was: are there any affordable pink dial watches? Huh? What was that? Okay. I don't know what that was about. I think we're doing good. We're only one troll in, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool. Normally we're like about 6 or 7 in by, let me see, I'm 22 minutes in. I would have had at least 10 of them. I'm pretty sure they're coming on. I'm pretty sure they're coming in. Let me make sure I didn't miss any comments. Watch out for those dump trucks. Now, so going back to that comment Rob put in there earlier, said many companies need to rethink it, restructure. I personally, I've talked to a number of watch companies, man. I have a couple here in the state of Indiana. I've developed relationships with some other brands, and on a personal level, I mean, these guys are cool that I talk to, and just gathering information. But how does that translate over to the products that we like, the watches that we want to wear? And there's some companies I think are doomed, man. I asked this question about 2 weeks ago. So I'm just going to say this. We're not in a recession, so to speak, but we are in a decline economically, man. Because I was listening to the news this morning. There are a number of companies that are closing up shop. And what is this? Like, the unemployment rate is about to go up. Unless people, I don't know. Maybe people can rebound and bounce back to a different company, but there are a number of companies that have been lazy in how they advance. I was talking last night, and it's not picking on them, but I want Invicta to know that you have a couple dozen disgruntled collectors. Let's just put it to you like that. And this is based off of all the information, because I take notes. I take notes of what people say. I take notes, and I keep a record. I keep a record. So this isn't per se what Trap feels or says. This is coming off of information I've gathered. The lack of clarity of the company, and I'm just using the word that Rob used, reconstructing. It doesn't appear that Invicta is trying to reconstruct the company or trying to build it to where they had the fan base just like holding them up, pushing them up, and just going crazy over these things. Now, not so much. And it came down to several different collectors asking these, and like on different times, what is the future of Invicta? like, I don't know, maybe it's like, hey, they asked me to say, Trap, do you think the love is gone? Is the hype over with? It's like, I don't know. It appears, it appears that way. But I don't know. I don't know. I think honestly though, me personally, I think they'll still survive this because their price point. People still want to buy watches. Their European market is booming because that team that that's sponsored by Invicta, they winning. They're winning. So there's people buying those watches. So I don't think Invicta will ever die off. The American market, I don't know. But European and South America, man, they die hard. They ain't going nowhere. But as far as everything else, again, I told Vic, I told you, Breitling, this may be the time for you to get your Breitling. You know what I'm saying? I would just follow those pricing, man. And I know you want to get it when you go on vacation, but it may benefit you to get it before you get on that vacation. And I get it. I understand that, like, it's special for you to do this, that, and the other. But imagine if you follow and look, and you can get that watch at least $600 or $700 cheaper than what they offered you the last one, it might benefit you, bro, based on what I'm looking at right now. The last 3 years I've been fishing in a pond where the fish jump into the boat, fillet to season themselves to jump onto the grill. These companies are going to have Hey, hold up, I gotta pin that, bro. I gotta pin that. Hold up, I'm gonna pay yours after. Hey, hold up, bro. Hold up. Oh man, yeah, Bob, I have a few. Thank you, Vic. Mortal men wear. Wait a minute. Mortal men wear watches? Okay. So are you from another planet or something like that? Are you a divine creature? Trap, I've noticed that the Invicta market is stronger in the South than the North. I think it's always been stronger than the North. It's always been stronger in the North. I followed that trend for years. Yeah, they buy more Invicta, like Florida sales. That's why Florida is so successful. Yeah, there's that market is solid. Yeah. We need to normalize making these sales associates work for our hard-earned money. I'm tired of hearing stories of people begging to buy antiquated tag at exorbitant prices. Okay, that's fair, and they need to see that. And hold up, let me pin that one. So, for me, I'm good with, y'all know I carry some of the same watches with me all the time, right? But I'm gonna point out one. This is it's not sort of, this is a homage. This right here is the Iron Height by Flederman, right? Now, of course, I can get the Rolex version if I, want to drop. I don't know how much that piece would be. Probably $6,000 or $7,000 Rolex version. But watches like Hamilton, ideal. I say Hamilton is an ideal company to buy from. And I do agree with you, man. I think Heritage, because once you got the watch on, man, it's not like you're thinking about 1891 or 1832. You're not thinking about the founder and what they went through, the financial stuff that was happening during that time. It's like that the brand name has been established for quite some time, and there is a sense of security with buying from them, just like Nike was, right? Now, people still buy Nike. People are still buying Nike, even though Nike is like they just reported Nike has seen their worst sales in this quarter, period, in history. They haven't seen it, but they're still outselling the competitors. But again, there's no difference right now. Think about this. There's no difference in Nike and then some of your top brands. Because the biggest complaint Nike has, and just to kind of solidify, I ain't gonna say kind of, to solidify your comment, Monk, is customers across the board are saying Nike is not putting any thought into the design. They're just changing colorways. It's nothing special about Nike, so they stopped buying. So guess what? New Balances have increased in price. I mean, increased in sales, not price. OC, Adidas, and it was one more. Asics, I think it was. But all these other companies that are coming out with different designs. New Balance, of course, they're killing it. They're killing it. Tell me about the watch companies. Watch companies, I mean, they're doing that. And I think with Rolex, though, Rolex, it's just, man, that train is gone. It ain't no stopping them. Because I was looking at this short list of what watches are pushing their brand up, and Rolex, it says right now, Rolex across the board. So there's multiple watches that are helping the sales. And I believe with this Moon Rolex, the Moon Watch Rolex, even though it's not, that money's not going to Rolex, it's already been sold. They already acquired the money for that particular piece, unless it was given to Mr. Mitchell. That watch is going for $400,000 at auction. You don't think that's going to spark some type of interest? I mean, dude, that's all I'm saying. Bro, it's at the crib. I was working out this morning. Thank you very much. I'm calling Mika, where's your wedding ring? I took it off, man. Like, I was bench pressing this morning, bro. I don't bench press with rings on. I just left it at the crib. Mr. I'm gonna tell. Stop snitching. Stop snitching. Let me see. So then I'm going to pin Vix. Better than Rolex fighting. Ain't nobody gonna fight you, bro. Hey, but you know, even though right now, according to I was looking at the financial report on Google this morning. Breitling sales is down overall. Rolex is up. JLC is up. Let's see, where was it? Panerai up. But it was one. Cartier sales are down. Was it 4%? Yeah, Cartier sales are down. But not worse than Omega. And that's crazy. So I want, I would love to see what happens in this upcoming year. When they do that financial report, was it the Morgan Stanley report? I can't wait to see what happens. I wonder if, I don't know if Hamilton will have an increase. I know they just brought the Murph out. And I don't know when they will stop reporting and they just, push it through. I don't know when the last day of reporting is, but I'm curious to see if the Murph is going to put a boost in Hamilton sales. I wonder if they sales went up anyway, because, I mean, that's a great alternative to get for those of you guys that like to have a luxury watch. Rolex has been the undisputed king for a relatively short amount in comparison to, dang it, horological history. Life is crazy. You never know what the next 10 or 30 might hold. Just like a cop shaking my head. Not supposed to forget that. That's like going out without a watch on. But I got my watch on, so that's like my ring too. I'm married to the game, bro. Hans Wilsdorf is undisputed king of marketing. Yeah. Who is my favorite watch YouTubers? Sheesh. Let's see. That's a hard one. My favorite 5? Goodness. Wow. That's hard, bro. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I have to get back with you on that one. You said Trap not the same? How come it's not? It is. It is the same, bro. You know what? I'm gonna say. All right, I'm gonna put this guy at the top of my list of favorite YouTubers, and it's not even watch related, man. I follow a lot of Disney people. Pagey Mr. Morrow probably be my favorite YouTuber, and it's not even watch related whatsoever. Yeah, so I'm gonna just put him at the top. I don't have to think about those other four. I mean, there are some watch YouTubers that I like that I favor, but yeah, I'm really into that. I'm still a kid at heart, so I love Disney stuff. Mr. Morrow is amazing. Yeah, man. Mr. Morrow, I dig that, man. You know, and the crazy thing is, like with me, as much YouTube as I follow with watches, at times I just need a break from watches. Um, so I'll just like that is the perfect thing for me to do is watch. He goes through, he does food reviews, the rides and everything. Like, yeah. So I just sit back and just vibe out on that one. Another one too, Unreal Gaming. I watch a lot of that because I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan. I love Dragon Ball Z. Been watching that since I was a kid, and I watch Unreal Gaming because they showcase the manga series of Dragon Ball. So that would be probably, yeah, that would be my number two. I'll think about it as I'm talking. Vic, come on, Trap made a major crime. I did not make a major crime. I think in the 1960s, if you told somebody that Cadillac trajectory and fall over the next 60 years would look like, they wouldn't believe you. So do you think, let me ask you this, do you think that Rolex will fall off in the next 10 years? Is that possible for Rolex to fall off? Because man, we just had this conversation 2 days ago, and I think this makes for, a matter of fact, because I really want to do, I may do a panel Friday. Let's do that. If you guys, let's do it Friday. Let's do a Friday evening. Let's do a panel on watches that you just, it's just going to be a mock-up type of thing with this conversation. If you want to be a part of that panel, man, let's talk about watch companies you think that will, like major brands that may fall. And I get what you're saying, bro, because I just don't see Rolex falling off. But if if there's a downturn in the economy to where, yeah, the top percenters they stop buying, they like, hey, I'm gonna hold what I got, and they're not buying from the company. I know Rolex isn't gonna drop the prices to the point where, you know, yeah, because once that happens, even if it booms back, will you go back? So let's say, for instance, just making this up. Let's say, for instance, the market crashed to the point where people are not buying watches. The companies are suffering, and they're like, hey, we got to at least make something to keep this thing afloat. And they drop the prices, right? And you can get a Submariner back to where it was before, like, say, $6,500, right? A Tudor drops down to $2,500, brand new. And it takes 2 or 3 years, and now the market's back up, and they put the prices back on the shelf. Okay, we're back. Submariners is $18,000. Would people go back and buy that? Would people feel like find value in that? Because I just feel like if it declines, it's over with. And I say that because as an Invicta collector, right? Invicta prices were like high at one point back in between 2005 to 2013. They didn't offer a lot of those discounts, like when you buy a Home Shopping Network, there were no discounts, right? And we all know when you go out and buy that, go to an Invicta store, you say you buy 6 or you buy 2, get 4 free, right? Buy 2, get 4 free. You know that you're not getting 4 watches for free. Those prices are just adjusted to make it seem like it. You know what I'm saying? So those first 2 watches are going to be over $1,000. And then you break it down, each watch that you get will be a certain dollar amount, right? But when Invicta dropped their prices tremendously, what we've seen in the past 3 years, they posted a watch early this year. It was a Magnum and a Sabacco specialty. They raised the price back up to over $500 after that watch had been $199 for a while. That watch sat there. Wasn't nobody buying that. PBT in the building. What's going on, brother? Just reading through the comments real quick. If it lasts a long time, we are seriously in trouble financially. But I mean, and here's the deal. Here's the deal, y'all. I mean, I said in the title, luxury watches don't matter to people that are not buying or looking for luxury watches. It's a lot of you guys are not running out going to spend $14,000 on a watch. You're not looking for watches like that. You know what I'm saying? You're just not. You guys, a lot of you guys are in that. I'm gonna spend anywhere from $150 to $500 tops. You got another group that will, approach a $750 watch, and then you got some that approach to $1,000 to $1,500. But now, based on and I was looking at what Thelonious said. What is so special? Because I'm looking at details. What's so special about your watch? Hold up, and I want to use this for example. Let's do this for real quick. I'm going to show you a series of watches right now, and they're at different price points. Y'all know I got my watch roll with me. I got coffee left. It's cold now, but oh well. All right. Shoot, every last one of them suckers is $1,000. Okay, so I talked about this one right here. This is the Tissot 1938 Heritage. This is a remake of the original watch. Was a manual wind watch. It has zero water resistance whatsoever, and it was around $225 roughly. That was based on my research. Small seconds. This one, however, is an automatic, right? This one is COS certified, and what you need to know about COS certified, I say it's like boot camp for your movement. So for 15 days, they are testing this watch in several positions. They're testing the accuracy, they're testing the temperature, they're straining this watch in the different variations of the positions, and that movement has to hold up through this whole 15 days, lest it won't get the certification. You get a certificate saying, hey, this passed, it's good to go. Now, there are some other companies that will do, like Rolex, they do cases and everything. So there's tests that go bypass the COS certification. But for the sake of saying, this is COS certified, so the movement is running between -4 and +6 seconds, which is on par with a quartz movement, right? The accuracy is there. Robust, is going to last, right? You don't have to worry about it. Plus, they give you a 3-year warranty, $1,000, right? So what happens when a company gives you a watch or try to sell you a watch at the $1,000 or the $1,500 price point, and it doesn't compare to Tissot, and it's not let's say it's not a well-known brand, and we're talking independent. Now, there's cost for them, right? But again, consumers, and I've said this myself, I don't care what your cost is. I understand business, but I know what I want on my wrist. I know if I like the style, I'll consider it. But if it's outside the price range, I'm like, hey, Tissot's a well-known brand. It's been established for a long time. I don't know. Again, this one right here, this is an $1,800 timepiece. This one right here is a chronograph. Some people don't find value in this. They like, man, it's a Tissot. I don't want to spend that much on a chronograph. But there are a lot of chronographs that are at the $2,000 to $3,000 price point. And I mean, if you're looking at stats alone, the specifications on this will stack up. Now there's some characteristics about this watch that you may not like. Some people do. I don't. It doesn't bother. I actually like it. So when you shake the watch and wind it up, it has a wobble to it. You can't see, but it's wobbling right now. Like that's just a characteristic of that watch. But again, where do you find value at? And what are companies doing, man? So like, and since we're stuck on Tissot literally changed the dial formation on this one. So now you have the waffle design on this one, and people love that three-hander with the waffle. And the fact that they put that on the chronograph and they did it, and they even put the gradient dial on this. You see the outer edges are dark, and then it gets lighter on this. Then they're supposed to be coming out with different colorways for that. I think was it a magenta? It was some colorway that they mentioned before. T Huff, what's going on, man? Love that to soul. Thanks, bro. That should be your next watch, man. And you know what? If you do, I think Tissot for the integrated bracelet, even if you went quartz, man, you can buy the quartz Tissot for $395. And there's always a discount. I always tell people, you don't necessarily have to buy in your own state, but if you do have a place that sells Tissot, and you go to an AD, do not be afraid to ask for a discount. Don't be ashamed. Be like, hey man, what's the lowest price on this watch? Call it a day. You know, like if they look at you crazy, like, hey, no, I just want to know. You know what I'm saying? It's a competitive market out here, man. It's competitive. There's so many different watch companies out here, man. It's crazy. If it fits on your wrist, it's special no matter what the brand is at the end of the day. It's a time-telling device. Well, there was a comment, bro, that most people don't buy watches right now to tell time. I asked this question the other day. Is that you? Are you that type of collector? Are you buying watches just for the aesthetic appeal of it? You don't really look down at your wrist. It's just the fact that it's there, that you know it's there. Are you one of those people? But then you go across visitor watches, right? There's going to be a lot of people that don't know this watch company. I get that. But this is made here in Indiana. It has a Miyota movement. So the Miyota movement is owned by a citizen. So the watch, the movement was acquired, sent here, and put together right here in the state of Indiana, about 40 minutes from where I am right now. And this watch, I want to say the price points are I think are like $600 to $700, or between $600 and $800. And I know he's working on something new. But this is another company. This is just another option. So if you look in like that case design, right? I still have that Nomadic here with me right now. Haven't sent it back yet. Now, granted, these are two different watches, right? But you see the similarity in the cases. This one got drill lugs. It doesn't have a Swiss movement, but both movements are high beat. They're both moving at, rotating at, was it 28,800 beats? They're both high beat. This one just happened to have a Swiss movement that was built in Belfast. This one has a Japanese movement that's built in America. So it's just like Thelonious said it earlier, man. Like, history is not as important when it comes to watches. And I've heard that term before. You can wear a company that has historical value, but who cares past that, man? You want the most bang for your buck. Some of you guys, some of y'all are really into the heritage of a watch. You know, it means a lot to put on a Rolex or an Omega because of the price. And people like Teddy Bulbasaur and countless others have always said, hey, listen, buy what you like. Somebody just said it in the comment. Buy what you like and what you can afford. And whoever cares, like, who cares? Who gonna check you on the watch that you got? Even if it's an Invicta, bro, like, who cares? If they don't like your watch and they, like, ain't nobody walking up to you like, hey, fool, I don't like the watch you got on your wrist right now, man. You need to take that crap off and go get you a real watch. People ain't doing that, man. People ain't doing that. Now, you see the crap on YouTube. A lot of people in those forums, I read an article that they were talking about the pricing, the marketing strategy of Invicta was very annoying, and people that buy Invicta are foolish. They don't know any better. This was comments, man. People were putting their hatred comments in there, their stuff that makes sense. They're putting their reviews of a watch company, regardless of the fact. You know, it was people that's talking about Rolex. You know, I've seen comments where like, people that buy Rolex got more money than sense. They're idiots. People that buy Tudor are people that can't afford Rolex. And I said, man, the people that say that, you guys are so just blind to so much stuff. Do you understand that none of us need watches, man? It's such a luxury. It is such a luxury. I posted that on Watch Crunch yesterday. Looking through my watch collection, just looking at it, I have enough money in these watches, man, to like put somebody through school. You understand that there was a veteran that put everything he had on the line to go to watchmaking school. This dude left a whole different state, man, didn't have nothing. I mean, he was barely making it, man. This was a soldier or a veteran. And he put everything on the line to go to work or to go to watchmaking school to learn. And now he's in Switzerland right now, living out a dream, man. And where you've possibly bought a watch that he's worked on. I don't know which watches. I don't know what company he works for, but it's possible. There's somebody out there wearing a watch that he's either assembled or repaired, flat out. You know what I'm saying? But it's all, we should be blessed and sit back, like, and of course you still gonna have those people that look down their noses, like, I don't care what you say. You stay where you are and you're a lower class. I will stay up here with my my Vacherons and my my $50,000, and that's fine if that's how you feel. But what comes up must goes down at some point. What's up, Robert Wood? Many consider a watch as the only accepted men's jewelry. Yeah, I know some people do. I always wanted one, but never got around to it. I mean, basically, because I know you got a Rolex, you got your Citizen, man. Like, I think, like, for you, bro, I think a PRX would, like, yeah, you'll enjoy a PRX. The average person don't care about your watch. Encourage. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. And I don't do this. You know what I'm saying? For example, I can show Trap. Don't you think that most of us collectors will put this? Yeah, whoa! All right, so check this out. I'm gonna show you 3 watches right now. I'm gonna show you 3 watches, man, and like, just put this in perspective. And I'm not going off what I paid for the watch. I'm going off what they are at the asking price for these watches, the retail price for these watches. I'm gonna show you 3 of them. So I'm gonna show you the Squale first. I'm gonna show you the Ball. And I'm gonna show you the Longines. Between all 3, retail price on these watches right now is fetching about $3,500 for all 3 of these right now. If you want to buy all 3 of these, like brand new, no discount, no nothing, about $3,500, right? So let's say $3,000 to $3,500 for all these. You understand that there's people that don't make that in a week? Just put some perspective on that. Just think about that. The watches that you have in your collection right now, and I will say, even those in J. Jones and a lot of Invicta collectors, and me included, those of us that have bought multiple $85 watches, multiple $150 watches, man, after you got to like 10 of them things, again, you factor in the cost, retail price of it, even if you got it on sale, that is a week's wage for the average American. Y'all know that I was in the military, right? Y'all know that. I'm gonna show you one watch right now. This watch right now. The trade value of this watch. No, trading the value of this watch to the people over there. I can literally sustain a household. I think was it 6 months with that watch. 6 months. You can sustain a household for 6 months when I was in Iraq. 6 months. Think about that for a second. Maybe even, depending on how they spend, they could have dang near took the whole year with that. But yeah, And I know we're out of them. We're talking, and here's the deal, because I'm gonna play this one. I'm definitely gonna play this one because people are so enamored with the history of these watches, how they started, what they mean to society and stuff like that. You cannot talk about the history of a watch without thinking about the economic impact, the segregation that was going on during that time, man, the racism, the hatred, all the stuff that was going on, the wars, not just in America, the wars, man, the civil wars that was going overseas. There was a lot. The world has been battered with a lot of bull crap over the cost, like even these watches. Think about it. World War II. During World War II, I have a watch right now that during World War II, Hamilton stepped in. Oh, hold up. Since we're talking history, Ball. So you got two companies that provided a service to our U.S. military. And guess what happened with them? Nobody talk about this that often. These companies failed on the American market because of the wars that we had, and it was bought by a Swiss brand. And now we don't have these companies anymore. It's not American made, and we prided ourselves on American made, but we still buy it, and I buy it for like the heritage, but it's not American made anymore. Yeah, Hamilton, yes, it was okay. We get it, Ball. We get it. There was a few other companies that failed, but you understand the turmoil. Since we're talking the history of stuff, and we're talking the money, and shoot, even this right here, back in 1930, this watch right here can supply a lifestyle. That this can save 3 families. 3. This is the wages for 3 families. And I'm talking about annually. Put that into perspective. Don't worry, Space. He's gonna come. Let me see. This is bullcrap. Yeah. All your people that come in, if you're still watching, it is what it is. I don't really care what time it is. However, I will never lose my passion for the watch. Oh, that was a good one, Vic. I think you did that by accident. Vic went on it. We are, that's the point. We are enthusiasts. Try more than a week's wage. Imagine that I could buy help people when I was a non. Yeah. Can't be civil. We have no place for you here. Yeah, and that's true. We talk watches over here, and for those of you guys that are scrolling through and you're looking, if you don't agree with the topic that I have right now, if you feel that, the people that come in and say, hey, the watches you got to fake, okay, what you talking about is bull crap, all the stuff that you guys say negative, man, you're blinded, and you woke up with a rage. And here's the crazy thing. You perpetuate that bull crap, it's going to be a part of your life, man. You can't get that taint off your heart, man. And that's the type of person you are. That sucks to be you. Put it to you like that, man. And I have no sympathy for the foolishness that's going to befall you. But we're watch collectors over here. We're watch enthusiasts, man. And we talk what's real, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. I don't apologize for nothing I say. I'm not saying nothing to hurt nobody. And if you're offended by a watch company, if I said something bad about your watch company that you believe in, I don't apologize for that. Because I don't agree with every watch company. I don't agree of their business practices and stuff like that. There's a number of watch companies I just don't agree with, and I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to say it. I have a right to say, freedom of speech, freedom of press. I can record and talk about what I find, and we could just go from there, man. I mean, it is what it is. Trapped to those who feel that way too dang bad. Yeah, I feel you. Nah, that's not the point. Okay, yeah. That's and it's unfortunate for some people, man. I think that some people just love to be controversial just because they can be. I think that's what it is. Hey, facts, Vic. If people don't like it here, leave or start your own channel. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you on that one. Start your own channel. I think and we're gonna come to an end because I know my son will be getting off from class here momentarily. But I will say this before I leave. We have a duty to the people. Those of us that have a channel, you have a duty to the people to report, to have fun. You gotta have fun, but put out some good knowledge and some great video for people, great information. Even if it's grainy, you know, like, and I'm gonna tell you this, and I want to encourage my brother Space. He has started his own YouTube channel, and I encourage you today, bro. You have a voice out here. You have something to say. You got stuff that you like. Aragon is one of your #1 brands, but your knowledge on watches is astounding. Your watches on knowledge and your knowledge on watches is astounding. I absolutely love it. You know the brands, you know, like the fan base. It's like, bro, we need that. You're like reading Rainbow, man. There's a number of you guys are reading Rainbow for watches. Who I call somebody that? Mark. Somebody asked me, like, one of my favorite channels. There's some people that don't like Mark from Long Island. I like Mark. TGV is another one, and I get I'm not going to repeat the comment that you left because I don't consider, you know what, here's the deal. Let's just say TGV was a complete a-hole behind the screen. He didn't like people. He was an arrogant, so-and-so, whatever the case is. On screen, I like what he represents. What he does in his personal life does not offend me unless he was trying to do some pinky in the brain stuff and take over the world, and he caused like turmoil across the globe. If TGV accomplishes this, then I'll have a problem with him. But because this man sticks to what he knows, he reports on how he likes, and people are always trying to find the negative stuff in what he does, what Mark does, what Arizona Fine Time. Like, there's so many different channels that people are always gonna pick and prod and stuff like that. Shoot, some of y'all said, and I've seen your comments, man, there's a number of you that keep reminding me that I'm black. I'm like, really? Man, I've been on this planet 47 years, and thank you for finally acknowledging or helping me understand what color I am. You know, I'm like, that's crazy for you guys that's doing that. You guys are so blind to like reality. You're so hateful, man, and that's crazy that you do stuff like that. My man Skylar Santana started his channel. He's doing great. I can't remember exactly when he started. I know it was this year. And for a brand new YouTuber, he's doing a phenomenal job. He doesn't pretend to know everything. He is, I'm calling him a learning professional. He uses a term that I've been using since I've been on YouTube, and that is all started with a watch. I love the fact that he ends his show with that. And I want him to always say that. I don't want him to ever falter from that. Everybody that's putting, man, let me see, PBT is in the building, man. PBT, and I told you this before. You have something, man. How many black men are out here doing financial reporting and how to sustain yourself? How many people are reporting that, hey, you want to go on vacation? These are things. Oh, your credit's bad? This is what you need to do. Hey, I'm a product of that. I would say do that, bro, like every quarter, man. Just repeat what like, let people know where you came from. Let people know that you serve our country. You feel what I'm saying? Man, you guys that come in there with the hate stuff like that, you motivate me so much to do more videos. Oh my gosh, you have no idea. You're not gonna silence me, man, right now. You just fuel my fire, bro. And I'm going live again, man, in about 3 hours, bro. Man, just because you came on here with your hate speech, man. Oh yeah, you just put a fire up under my behind. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Facts. Yeah. Try to get your son, get your wedding ring. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna leave out of here. Hey, I'm not telling you where you go spend your money at, but Tissot is a great brand to invest in if you want luxury. They are that in between. You know what I'm saying? Like they, and I would say Hamilton too. Hamilton has some pieces that you can get under $1,000, well under $1,000, even though they have increased in price. And if you want something outside of the field watches, I will say try some micro brands, sustaining micro brands or independence. Is Christopher Ward, I think, is one that gives you, and I'm not gonna say best for value. Just check it out and look at it and see if that, like, aesthetically speaking, off what the pictures that you see if there's something you want to invest in. Find your style. Just do some research. Find your style and look at the prices. Some companies may not be around. And before I go, I will say this: look at the movement of the watch that you. If it's a in-house movement and you don't know much about that company, I would not recommend that, because if that company folds or falls under, you will not be, like, it's gonna cost you an arm and a leg to get that watch repaired. Some watchmakers won't even touch it, depending on who it is. So there, I mean, watch is just more than looking at the history of the company. But oh, I'm gonna get that. There are some companies that do add, like, will give you that satisfaction that you're looking for as far as watches. And I don't care what you do in business. If you are a business tycoon, if you are a construction worker, if you're a police officer, whatever the case, I don't care what you are. There's some watches out there that will do you. I mean, a G-Shock may be all you need. You don't have to amass a huge collection, man, but please do your research before you go and buy these watches, man. My top two watches that I'm gonna leave off with: Citizen and Tissot. Absolute value. They have the best looking designs as far as I'm concerned. And you can fight me on it. I won't fight you back. I'll yield, and I'll still feel like they still got the best designs. I'm not gonna fight you. I'm not gonna argue. That's just why I sit with that. I think those are the best. Like two of the best. We'll see some more, because I'm going to Trifecta in a couple hours. I'll go live from there and see what they got available for you guys to check out. And that's that. I'm out of here, man. Thank you guys for watching, man. Much love. And until the next lightning strike, man, y'all be blessed. You already know what it is. Blessings.